Today is Sunday. It is called December the 25th, year 2022 AD, EARTH, in the galaxy of Milky Way, from the infinity of cosmos, the unknown equation. Even those who think they know should reconsider and things will show always a different answer, thereby making them wrong, trying to make them a private dancer. But you know what? It is said through the scholastics of the font, glyphics, any means of communication. And that means the senses of the entity. For the human being, it's smelling, seeing, feeling, hearing, etc. No. There are 5 senses that show the root, even though there are more to grow the tree. So there is no one answer, because the root has avenues and conduits and black holes and so many avenues to make the collective of one. One made from millions. The need of the many, or the million. To teach you what I know, for you to teach me what you know. From learning. How do you learn? To be able to teach and grow. There's a word called education. To seek and follow, to learn and grow. And there are many ways. And they are all legit. In the right ways. For the senses of seeing, hearing, smelling, feeling. What's that other one? Does it come from the brain? They all come from the brain. No, they don't. They come from infinity. For the entity. Through the CCC. Would you let someone take your brain and hold it in their hands when it is said that no man is perfect? He could, and that's a unisex, he could accidentally what could he do to your brain accidentally that will destroy, delete, in a derogatory defeat your life and you through the CCC root? You know what the brain said to the heart? You're nothing without me. You know what the heart said to the brain? He can continue on without you, but he cannot continue on without me. You're nothing without me. And so I give you a seed. It's up to you whether it grows. And remember one thing. Always, no matter what, who, where, when, where, or why, you reap what you sow. Communication through education, through the avenues of the root. That are so complex and detoured and restructured and unstructured and re-engineered through so many infinity ways that changes with time. That's why it's called time and space. Space and time. The continuum of the dime. Because 9 is the highest number. So to find the original, the very first the answer. Did you know that death was a part of life? Not on its own. It's a part of life. And where does life come from? So do you know where death goes? The communication of the one will you let him hold your heart in your hand? That same man that's holding your brain? And they're both saying to each other, "You're nothing without me." Which brings me to a thought called biochemistry. It's from, at this point in time, the Q, the P, the S, and the key. This is the era of quantum physics, where science rules. Science rocks. That's what they said about Pluto one day. But guess what? It's not. How small is it that it should be eliminated from its degree in the entire system and the cosmos of time and space as an entity of the universe? You used its body, and then you wanted its soul. But there were enough that said, you can forget about it. Say no more, because we can't go for that. You better put it back. I don't care if you're the king or the queen, where no one can tell you what to do. You better listen, because this is what we say to you. Is it the back? Or is it the beginning? Why can't you go there like you can't go to the sun? You can get within a certain distance, but you can't. You can't go to that one. And on the day, if and when you do, listen to me. 2 times 2 equals time 2. And a 6 will never be a 9. Three 9s in time, led by one, came to say, you will call this a millennium. And the calendar will say it's always been that way. But when you take the CCC and the biochemistry, have you heard that song? What's wrong with that? What is real? What is reality? What is the past? When time is not constant, it's not stable, but is true. One of infinity's supporting beams. One very dear to you, because it can say, come here, go away. Come here and live. Go away and die. Time. A supporting beam that's so erratica. It is 360 with no beginning and no end, so you don't know what you know. But you are legit. You matter. You are somebody. Even if the whole universe of infinities tell you that you don't matter. Because you know what? They don't either. Now that's a bitter pill to swallow. Where did it all come from? Do you want to know everything? Since it seems that no one will ever find the answer. Are you on a time constraint? Is it 1 year or 1,000,000 years? Are you a M or an M that says I? Infants. And that's an immortal, if you're wondering what I'm talking about. When the norm is 100, And immortals have thousands and thousands, maybe. Are they your gods? Do they own you? Do they rule you when you are one and somebody to the whole million? And you have free will. You decide for you. They don't tell you. Even though the power seems to make them be the truth. You see what free will can do to the whole root that is infinite in avenues, conduits, black holes, white holes, etc. As infinity goes, there was a beginning. But the hell if I know. Because it's unconceivable. The entity 2020 vision, if you turn it into 3030 vision, which somehow is a decrease instead of an increase, you eliminate peripheral, and then you look at something and think that you are really seeing what is there. When your CCC, your ID says 2020, do you know what happened in the year 2020? For the vision of the entity, planet Earth, entity, human being, the vision of total eliminating chaos, for death to do it apart. But then the sun came out again and destroyed the virus that said, this is the end. Don't look at each other, don't touch each other, don't smell each other, don't feel each other, don't care for each other, don't love each other, don't have babies, those angels from infinity. (2020 AD). From the 9 that was deleted to a derogatory 6. And they called it Y2K. The year that they took Pluto away from the solar system. When 8 could never be the highest number because 8 is infinity with a longitude and a latitude and an attitude you might not want to see in 2023 AD. Because biochemistry can make your brown eyes blue. But you don't hear me, do you? It's from the CCC, all vision of 2020. What's right of you? What's left of you? What's right of you? What's left of you? What are you going to do? What affects biochemistry? Does it come from the heart? Or does it come from the brain? Or do it affects the two? And how can you control it to do what you want it to? Because it can take you on a ride on a white horse. And everyone that sees you will say, "Who is that?" And so will you. Because you won't know your self. W, bio, biochemistry of the CCC. Brain, I say to heart, you're nothing without me. Even though you carry the big G. So you think and say to me, you're nothing without me. That's an interesting word. That is a thing. That is legitimately part of a human being called biochemistry. And guess what? It is not part of a machine. And today is December the 25th. It is called many things, but it is celebrated as Christmas for the human being. It is a day of love and giving and caring. So is it really bad? Whatever you call it. If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, my journal entry today about the way of the entity system that's organic, where the water of life is milk, not oil. It's called the many ways of living and dying, called biochemistry. This is FMI for my information in my journal entry of poetry this Christmas Day. Jesus rocks. And my name is Jay.